Gordon was resting in a siding. It was a hot day, and the express had been heavy.
"Oh, I get so out of breath,"
he complained.
"but nobody cares. They just say I'll be alright after a rest."
"Get the Fat Controller to give you tanks in a bunker," suggested Thomas cheekily. "You'll feel like a new engine then. We tank engines never get out of breath, you know." Perhaps it was lucky for Thomas that poor Gordon hadn't the energy to make any reply. The railway men worked hard on Gordon, but they couldn't make him better. "You need new tubes, Gordon," they said. "You'll have to go to the works to have them fitted." While Gordon was being mended, Henry pulled the express. But one morning, just before Gordon was due back, Henry was ill too. "We've no spare engines except Thomas," the inspector told the Fat Controller. "But he can't pull the train on his own." "You think Percy could help?" asked the Fat Controller. The inspector shook his head. "The two of them with Duck might manage," he suggested. "It's only as far as the works. They're bound to have a spare engine there." So the three tank engines were coupled together, Thomas nearest the train, Duck in the middle, and Percy at the front. Then, slowly, they started. Come on, fussed Percy importantly. We're doing it, puffed Duck. Pull harder, grumbled Thomas to the others. And with that, the heavy train drew out of the platform. The engines couldn't go as fast as Gordon, but the passengers didn't mind. They knew that Percy, Thomas, and Duck were doing their best. Expresses are not like branch line trains. They don't stop at all the little stations, and the engines don't have a chance to get their breath back. Soon, the three began to feel tired. They struggled valiantly up Gordon's Hill, but the strain was beginning to show. Whew. Glad we didn't stick there, thought Thomas. Gordon would have never let us hear the last of it. But the hill proved too much for Percy. His driver blew the whistle and stopped the train.
"We can't take you off, Percy," said Thomas's driver. "Do the best you can to keep your brakes off. It's not far."
This made things harder for the other two, but they struggled on gamely. Twin columns of steam shooting high into the air. "Nearly there. We're nearly there," puffed Thomas and Duck together as they summoned a last brave effort. Poor Percy had no steam left to say anything. They were just passing the works when Duck found he could go no further. Thomas couldn't pull the heavy train on his own, and the cavalcade came to a standstill a few yards short of the station platform. And there, watching from the works siding, stood Gordon. The Fat Controller, who had been on the train, told the three engines he was proud of them. "You did very well to get so far," he said, "and now you deserve a good rest." Duck, Percy, and Thomas were uncoupled, and a new engine came to take their place. As the tank engines moved warily away, Gordon looked at Thomas and smiled. Then, he took 3 deep breaths and winked. He didn't need to say anything. Thomas knew exactly what he meant. Gotta go to the next page. Pull harder! Pull harder! Pull harder! Pull harder! What the fuck? They knew that. Fuck. Twin columns of steam shooting. Twin columns of steam shooting high into the air. Twin columns of steam shooting high into the air. What the fuck? Why do I sound like this?